Like dreams on the edge of a pyramid. Promises stick, but the money's flickering. Queen of karma pulling the receipts. Exposing schemes, scamming beneath the sheets. Monday drops, another tale revealed. Shattered illusions, the truth gets peeled. Downlights crash, illusions fade. Pyramid toppled, no longer afraid. MLM Monday, bringing truth to the light. Karma queen dropping bombs, busting hype. From high hopes to empty envelopes, breaking chains of those MLM dopes. Glossy brochures and lavish cruise trips, hidden costs, financial eclipse. Karma queen on that investigative grind, rescue mission for folks left behind. False dreams sold on golden chains, profit for few, for others only pains. Queen of karma, savior with receipts, bringing justice, knocking them off their seats. Family and friends exploited for gain, promises shattered, now mired in pain. Karma nudges, go dive deep, free the folks from the lies they keep.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of karma.
Hello everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all doing very, very, very well. Happy MLM Monday to everybody. Good day that you watch all of your favorite anti-MLM creators. And I am hoping to be back this week. Yes, I am. I have been on a hiatus, but I I am feeling a lot better, and I have been in BG Wealth sharing world for the last week, putting together part 2 of my BG Wealth sharing deep dive, which includes Mr. Danny DeHeck and Crypto G in it. I'm thinking of making it a collab. Let me know if you guys, because you have to accept the collab. But we have blown that one wide open, and that has been a lot of fun. So I am hoping that my video for that will be out tomorrow, probably in the evening, so that Danny can watch it because he's usually sleeping around this time. Hello, Danny. So yes, I have been working on that behind the scenes here for the last little while since I've been off. So I haven't been doing nothing. I just did not feel well enough to come and stream for all of you. But here I am. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. I'm glad that you could make it. And hello, Aussie Sam, and Violet is here. Very good to see you, and Mr. DeHeck. So today I want to talk about forever living, because we have had a very, very interesting stuff going on with forever living since they have been a company, but especially this month, because on the 1st of this month it was announced that they would be discontinuing their MLM opportunity in the USA. It's 4:18 a.m. Tuesday morning in New Zealand. Yes, too early for me. It's 12 p.m. here where I am. So today I want to talk about what is going on with Forever Living. There has also been some drama. Yes, some drama with David Grimaldi from the Direct Selling Association. He appears to be very angry at the FTC since Forever Living has shut down. So we are also going to be reading through that article today. So it should be a very interesting stream, to say the least. Yes, yes, get your get your spying eyes ready. So some of you are probably like, well, what is Forever Living? Well, what the hell is this company? Well, get out of here, intro. Forever Living. Forever Living is a typical multi-level marketing company that does your typical multi-level marketing things, where it recruits people into this wonderful pyramid scheme structure in order to sell their products. And they sell a lot of products, a lot of health and wellness products. You know, my favorite kind. Hello, sweet God. Good to see you. I hope my sound is okay. New Zealand now own the UFC lightweight heavy championship. Awesome. Awesome. So yes, they sell a lot of health and wellness, mainly to do with aloe vera gel. So they're into the aloe products, you know. They sell a little bit of everything you can think of. So everything from supplements to vitamins to drinks that I don't know, I guess they're kind of supplements, to shampoo and conditioner, hand soap, you know, all of the body washes, everything you can think of. You are supposed to drink the aloe vera, you're supposed to bathe in it, and you're supposed to use it as a supplement. But maybe you are not that familiar with this company, you know, because it's one I haven't really touched on much on my channel here. The aloe vera MLM, the one that the lady was in when she ambushed me in the bathroom. The MLM that led me to anti-MLM. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, I'm loving New Zealand right now. Oh, the Sweet Goth origin story. Didn't know that. That's right. Yes, and even toothpaste. They also sell toothpaste, which Sweet says is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But let's look at their actual about page just to get an idea of who they are as a company, you know. So good old Forever Living was founded in 1978 by a man named Rex McGaughan. The products are, they claim to be a multi-billion-dollar company that manufactures and sells hundreds of wellness and beauty products all around the world. Still privately owned, it's more than a business. It's a family. It's a cult run by a family. So Rex here, in 1978, invited close family and friends to the first Forever Living Products meeting in Tempe, Arizona. There he unveiled a revolutionary and customized plan. Offer the best consumable products to the public, products that are proven to promote lasting wellness and health, and let the products and the people who try them speak for themselves. Since 1978, Forever Living Products has been dedicated to seeking out nature's best sources for health and beauty and sharing them with the world. They have a passion for helping others look better and feel better, and pride that comes from doing things a little differently. It's what they all say, right? We own our own aloe fields. Very Young Living-ish, isn't it? Manufacturing facilities, research and development, which, you know, when you own your own research into your own products and you don't ever get third-party testing, that's kind of a red flag. But anyway, quality control laboratories, and even our own distribution channels. I love how quality control laboratories is listed. Like that's like something extra that they do. Like I'm pretty sure you just have to have those. You know what I mean? MLMs have been around since the Stone Age. Very true. Very true. They've been around since the 50s. And so, yeah, I just love that. Everything from plant to product to you. Very seed to seal-ish. You know, they claim that they have millions of people in over 160 countries that have discovered the benefits. And of course, they have their foundations. You know, oh, we're doing so much good for the community, blah blah blah. And then of course you get to the opportunity. And it's a pretty typical MLM model, you know, it's just like all the other ones where you get a percentage and you recruit people under you and you move up, and then the higher you go, the more benefits you get, yada yada yada, you know, pretty typical. And this Rex Magon, he unfortunately passed away on July 17th, 2021. This is his obituary here. And when he passed away, he actually gave the company to Greg Magon here, who is his son.
Where did it start?
Well, I grew up in Soda Springs, Idaho, on a farm. I was riding horses before I walked. I went to my grammar and intermediate schools there in Soda Springs High School, and which was very small. 29 of us graduated together. I
No, he
went
didn't live forever.
to, I was called on a church
But yeah, I'll leave this in the comments, I guess. But
Potential
if
to
you wanna
grow
watch it.
is incredible.
We'll continue to have the quality product, the best product possible, and you have our commitment to that. And we
Like, just wonderful, riveting stuff. Here, let me get the link for you guys, because I don't think I put that in my sources in my description. So there's the link if you want to come and watch the video about how they began as a company. It's really riveting stuff. It's boring as hell. You guys would kill me if we sat here and watched through the entire thing. But that's who started this company. Like I said, he passed away in 2021, and then it was taken over by Greg. They sell a lot of health and wellness products. Like I said, you know, they have their Forever Absorbent C. They sell perfumes, like fragrances, very scentsy-ish in how they do that. And another thing that this company does, which I don't really appreciate, is they have an entire kids line. So you're also supposed to be giving these products to your children, and very much like Scentsy, they have people using their children in order to promote the products, which I have an issue with. And I have an issue with it because I don't think there are any laws, even though we are getting better in terms of making laws for child labor when it comes to family YouTube channels and things like that. There's still this very big gray area when it comes to using children in your multi-level marketing advertising. And it's very much the same sort of thing, right? Where kids are told to work for free and do poses and make videos and do things promoting a product when children shouldn't be working, right? And there is no labor laws surrounding this. So whenever a company has a kids line, you just know that that's what's going on. Here's some proof of it. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that that's a thing that this culture does, and it needs to stop. Their branding and labeling looks so printed labels on your home computer. It kind of does, doesn't it? Another thing that they are known for at Forever Living is doing illegal medical claims, also illegal income claims, but right now I want to talk about the illegal medical claims. As you see here, they have a kidney stones combo deal. They also have a way to support your diabetes natural and organically. Okay, and that's very worrisome because nobody in this thing is a doctor, and they should not be telling people how to get rid of kidney stones or how to go about their diabetes. And over again in these companies, we're seeing, people telling people stop taking your medication and instead take our supplements. And it's just, a very worrisome area for them to be in. They do a lot of this. They do a lot of cardio health. They have like a whole product line for your cardio health. And again, there's a very big gray area when it comes to supplements and health claims. And I don't think that there should be. They find little loopholes to be able to sort of push these products on people that are dealing with health issues, especially in places in the past when they were in the US. The US has to pay for healthcare. So it's very easy for people in those places to go, oh, instead of doing that, I would rather just spend $40 a month on this product. It's cheaper than getting actual health care. And that's how we end up with anti-vax community and anti-doctor communities, pseudoscience things that I am definitely against. Of course, they have their business opportunity, which they never stop promoting. And it's almost like the people that were in Forever Living had no clue that this shutdown was coming, because everyone was still out on Facebook promoting it like crazy. So let's talk about the multi-level reality. What is actually going on here? Well, a lot of people believe that the FTC might have had something to do with this company shutting down. Why? What's going on? On April 5th, Joe here decided to come onto Facebook, and she had a lot to say about the news, which we'll get into in a minute. She said, "There's a rumor that Forever Living has stopped its business. It hasn't. And people need to get their facts right before copying what others say. Typical of the copy-paste behavior of other network marketers, I roll. Can't look into anything but just copy what others say and do. She. Now, although I no longer build a business with Forever," and I was kind of like, oh, now you're one of ours? Don't really like how you're talking to everyone, but okay. "I also won't spread incorrect information. It's still trading, shipping, and building globally. Just the US side of their business has changed. So if you love the aloe products, you can still buy them. I still use them. P.S. Before any vultures jump into my inbox to offer me another opportunity, I am with Live Good. As you were, Joe." Oh, of course you're with Live Good, Joe. Of course, you're a hopeless hunt. But I mean, I was kind of like, what are you talking about, lady? Why are you so angry about this? I mean, to the people in the US, Forever Living has technically stopped for them, because the main reason to be in this was to sell the products. The yellow jug there is the 90-day cleanse. The hun tried to pitch that to me as a weight loss thing after being a surrogate to shed the baby weight. Oh my God. That's awful. I hate that. Predatory, right? Yep, Live Good are swooping in for them, probably. Joe is Tanya 2.0. Right? Thing is that Direct Selling News posted, Forever North America is discontinuing its sponsorship and recruitment opportunities in the US. As of May 1st, 2026, sponsorship for new Forever business owners will cease. No new Forever business owners will be allowed to join. Okay? And on April 1st, they actually updated their wonderful policies here. And I got this information from behind MLM, linked down below. And what they're saying is basically that they are changing their policies and procedures applicable in the United States. It was amended due to unforeseeable restrictions, we're reading B, making it unmanageable for Forever Living products to mitigate its risk worldwide, while keeping the U.S. business structure as it is. These restrictions include ongoing monitoring and structural requirements that make operating the current U.S. model impossible without introducing broader regulatory risk. Rather than continue operating under unmanageable and increasing regulatory risk worldwide, the company has made the decision to narrow the U.S. structure and focus on a model centered on product sales and long-term compliance. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, Mr. Weebit! Happy birthday to you! So, let's do a summary of the changes beginning May 1st, 2026. Again, gotten from behind MLM. So, sponsoring new Forever business owners in the US will cease. Qualification for incentives tied to sponsoring or organizational expansion will end. Okay? Forever Shared Retail or Amazon subscription program will be discontinued. Well, if you come back on the 1st, I'll sing it to you again. It says annual subscription fee will be refunded to all participants. So that's interesting. However, they say that product purchasing continues, customer sales continue. Existing downline purchasing will continue generating earnings under the current structure until the end of 2026. Activity requirements will also change. Personal activity requirements will move from 4cc to 2cc. Leadership bonus requirements will now be 4cc. So that's what will be going on. And most recently, Forever Living Products, when they have been posting on social media this year, they've been doing these little disclosure statements that they have not done in the past. So that's very interesting. As you can see, on March 3rd, they posted a post about the FGR26, whatever that is. And they said, Forever makes no guarantees on awards or success. Less than 4% of active participating hardworking Forever business owners worldwide qualified for Forever's global rally in 2026. So as you can see, things are going very well over at Forever Living. Also, just a bit before Oz posted this article, they had done another post saying, mark your calendars. We have a global challenge coming your way. Stay tuned for more details. #ForeverProud. And then they go, Forever's products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements regarding supporting wellness or gut health refer to general structure, function, benefits only. Individual results may vary. Although this challenge is available to residents of the U.S., the Forever Business Owner Opportunity and related incentives are not available to residents of the United States beginning on May 1st, 2026. So they've been putting this in their disclaimers, trying to warn people, but I don't know if people got the message because there weren't a lot of people posting about this on social media at all. There was a tech company that did an article in which they were talking about how great the MLM industry has been growing recently, but then they posted this chart that shows that between 2023 and 2024, Forever Living Products actually went down in their growth by 6%. And as you can see, most of the other MLMs have also gone down a lot. So the industry is not doing well, and Forever Living has not been doing well since at least 2023. It's been in a downhill spiral. Not intended to treat, but our huns will chase you around your house with cling wrap and heat and get to show you how much it shrinks your waist. And heat gel to show you how much it shrinks your waist. That's right, just like the crazy wrap thing from It Works. So let's get into what's been going on in Forever Living. Truth in Advertising has done an amazing, amazing breakdown of everything going on. So I think we should go through that. So, Tina.org investigated Forever Living, right, and found that it has made atypical income claims to market its business opportunity, as well as deceptive health claims and undisclosed influencer marketing to promote products. And this actually started all the way back in 2016. So on November 11th of 2016, Tina sends a letter to Forever Living as part of its 2016 investigation into all DSA member companies selling nutritional supplements, informing it of Tina's findings that the company is making inappropriate health claims to market its products. Okay, and they basically responded and said, no, we're not. Then on December 18th of 2017, they basically did it again. All right, they were making false and unsubstantiated income claims to promote the business opportunity. And this is linked down below if you want to go and read all of the letters. On June 30th of 2021, Tina sends another letter, but to the FTC this time as well, regarding the need for a penalty offense program to address deception within the direct selling industry. And on October 26, 2021, the FTC then sends Forever Living a notice of penalty offenses concerning money-making opportunities, as well as a notice concerning endorsements and testimonials. On May 4th of 2022, Tina files a complaint with the FTC after identifying more than 5,000 deceptive income claims used by the company and its high-level executives to promote the business opportunity, as well as undisclosed influencer posts to promote their products. And then in 2024, on February 14th, Valentine's Day, as part of Tina's 2023 investigation into 100 MLM companies, they notify Forever Living again of its findings that the company has used atypical income claims to market its business opportunities. And on November 11th, 2024, the Direct Selling Association group issues a case decision finding that Forever Living uses atypical earnings claims to market its business opportunity. Okay, so that's what was going on. And here it is, the case in 2024, right? Go Tina, that's right. And basically what happened is the Direct Selling Self-Regulatory Council was like, here is a bunch of illegal income claims that you've made. Here you go, there's 12 of them here. Now, income limits. Are you ready to transform your life and achieve financial freedom? That's right, that's an illegal income claim to say that. Join us today and start your journey towards financial freedom. If you say financial freedom, it's automatically an illegal income claim. So you can see most of these have to do with financial freedom. Basically, Forever Living was like, oh yeah, no, those are definitely in violation. Yeah, for sure. And we will get them all taken down. And we have all of these avenues in order to try to protect people from making these claims. Okay, listen, we try to get them in trouble. We tell them not to do it. Like I said, they have a compliance, and we're getting our compliance team. They're getting them in trouble for it. Don't worry, guys. We'll handle it. And unfortunately, basically, the DSSRC was like, okay, cool. Thank you for taking them down. Please don't do it again. Even though you've been doing it for like fucking 10 years. Thank you so much for taking that down. That was very nice of you. Sorry to bug you. We won't bother you again with that. So that's kind of what happens. Even when we get them to pay attention and go, oh, yeah, okay, we'll get them in trouble for that. The company goes, well, we have a compliance team, and we'll just like delete all those posts and tell the Huns that they are not allowed to post for a week, and then everything will be okay. It's like, all right, says who? But anyway, they seem to think that. So that's what was going on with good old Tina. But, after this company shut down and the news started to travel, Direct Selling News posted this amazing article, okay, on FTC's bias against direct selling. And that is basically because of this right here. This FTC proposes rule changes and new rule to deter deceptive earnings claims by multi-level marketers and money-making opportunity sellers. And this started in January of 2025. So what is this? Well, the FTC is proposing new rules to stop deceptive income claims, especially in MLMs and money-making programs. The agency says that too many companies lure people in with promises of financial freedom, unlimited income, or be your own boss, even though most participants earn little or nothing. What do they want to change? They want to expand existing rules so they cover business coaching, investment schemes, and any money-making opportunity. They want to create a new rule specifically for MLMs, requiring companies to prove any income claim they make. They want to completely ban misleading earnings statements, including vague claims like most people succeed or you can replace your job. And they want companies to have to provide real evidence for any income claim and show that evidence to the consumers. The FTC reports widespread harm. People are spending thousands on programs that promise income but rarely deliver. MLMs are highlighted as a major source of the deceptive claims. If these rules are finalized, which it's looking pretty good so far, by the way, the FTC will be able to issue civil penalties, force refunds, and take faster action against companies using deceptive income claims. This is one of the strongest anti-deception moves the FTC has made in years, and it directly targets the tactics used by MLMs and business opportunity sellers. This also comes after years of our anti-MLM community butting heads with the Federal Trade Commission, begging them to do more to stop these MLM business practices. Our community actually has a very long history of fighting the FTC, and the FTC actually has a long history of protecting these MLMs and money-making programs despite them harming consumers and despite us constantly proving it to the public. I'm hoping that this signals a real change and will help make this easier for us advocates who are often receiving messages from victims of these schemes, and we often feel hopeless trying to help them. Something more needs to be done about all of this, and I'm hoping that this is the start of it. So far, the FTC is all about this, and it is good to go, and it looks like it might actually go through. So the MLM industry is flipping out right now. The FTC have been going hard on investment scam spotting on their Insta lately. Yes, they have. Hello, Retro. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. The DSA throwing the shade is putting the FTC on our side more, and I'm here for it if they do something more. That's right. That's right. So that happened, and then this article was posted, basically, right? This amazing article right after Forever Living shut down. And Dave Grimaldi, he is the CEO of the Direct Selling Association. And he is, of course, the one that wrote this article. So let's get into it. Because, boy, is it ever a laugh. What a baby. You guys might remember him from the summit. You know, just say it. So I need to get a sip of my drink. I've been talking nonstop for 36 minutes. Excuse me. But yes, this is kind of a lot. So basically, Forever Living announces they're shutting down their U.S. operations as an MLM. All of that will stop by the end of the year. And now David Grimaldi comes out and is like, yeah, FTC is biased against direct selling and they're suppressing our job growth. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? We've been arguing with them for years. So yeah, great fun. So Mr. Dave Grimaldi says the U.S. direct selling industry is a $40 billion economic engine empowering over 13 million Americans, which makes me sad. Although when I did start this, I am going to say, when I started my channel back in 2019, it was 18 million Americans. So, might be making a little dent. Just saying. 75% of whom are women. Don't use us to manipulate people. To earn supplemental and full-time income that helps pay for groceries, utilities, childcare, and other everyday essentials. Yet despite the industry scale, transparency? We reach transparency. Where? My whole channel is full of non-transparency. And decades-long commitment to consumer protection. Yeah. Why are there so many consumer protection advocates speaking out against it then? Do you care to? No, nothing? Okay. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, continues to treat direct selling as an adversary rather than a partner. Oh no, Dave. Oh no, Dave. Can't have that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The consequences are no longer theoretical. They are now reshaping the marketplace at the cost of thousands of job opportunities for independent contractors. Did you see that? Job opportunities for contractors. How long has the FTC been getting reports about MLM companies? Probably since the MLM companies have began and the FTC became a thing. Seriously, though. People have been speaking out about these the whole time. It's just we didn't have a real community to speak out about it until social media with Reddit and YouTube and Facebook and etc., right? But there were still people against this the whole time, speaking out. Ghost. Well, men aren't interested in makeup and essential oils. I'd be more interested in selling Wagyu beef, Cajun water, Wagyu beef. Yeah. But here Dave calls you an independent contractor. It says that you're working in a job. It's a job opportunity for independent contractors. You're not your own business owner, according to the head of the Direct Selling Association. So why do they keep saying be around by? You know? And then it says Forever Living's US exit, a case study in regulatory overreach. And I'm like, overreach? They kept making illegal income and medical claims. Seriously. You know when you said that you had a decades-long commitment to consumer protection, Dave? Well, that would involve stopping illegal medical and income claims. You know? I only learned about this stuff the past 2 years, as did many people. Many people. So on April 2nd, 2022, it was actually the first. So you're already off to a grand start, David. Forever Living announced it would discontinue future U.S. business opportunities, citing evolving regulatory expectations that created unmanageable regulatory exposure and risk to its global operations. Which basically is saying they won't let us make illegal medical and income claims anymore. And they're now saying that we can really get in serious trouble for that. So since we can no longer just get a slap on the wrist, we don't think that we can sell our shit. Because we need that in order to do it, especially in the USA. You know, that's basically what that's saying. This is not a company fleeing accountability. It is a company that, like many others, has concluded that the FTC's unpredictable, ever-shifting standards make it impossible to operate a lawful direct selling model in the United States without risking accidental harm. Which is funny because we feel here in the anti-MLM community that operating a direct selling model anywhere actually causes accidental harm. So you see how that works? David, you see how that works? The FTC's record of failed allegations. Neora exposes the problem. Again. Let's see what he says about this. The FTC's aggressive posture is not backed by consistent legal success. In fact, the agency recently lost one of the most consequential direct selling related cases in its history. Yeah, it doesn't lose cases very much. It actually has a 97% success rate in winning. So I guess when they do lose a case, you really got to bring it up, don't you, David? After 7 years of investigation and litigation, a federal court rejected every one of the FTC's claims against Neora, ruling that the agency failed to provide evidence for its pyramid scheme allegations and relied on unsupported assumptions. This was the first time a direct selling company pushed back and defeated the FTC's pyramid scheme theory at trial, a stunning rebuke of the agency's approach. The court found no evidence that Neora operated a pyramid scheme, no evidence that distributors' claims could be attributed to the company, stale or irrelevant evidence used by the FTC, and no clear test from the FTC for what constitutes overemphasis on recruiting. The ruling underscores what the DSA has warned for years. The FTC applies vague, subjective standards that even compliant companies cannot reliably interpret. Which is interesting because you would think that David would kind of realize that what the FTC is doing now is trying to make it clear as day and really put it in stone. So if anything, this actually pushed the FTC even more to do something about these things. You know what I mean? David is salty since he couldn't stop the cooling off period bill. Couldn't quite bully his way, and now he's turning on the FTC. That's right. Yes, because now MLMs have to offer a cooling off period. Where after you join, if you change your mind within, is it 72 hours, sweet? Then you are allowed to get a full refund. And that's one of the reasons why the FTC also was like, we also need to be able to enforce refunds. You know, if we're making that a thing, let's go. You know? So, just saying, it's like they don't realize that if they would stop doing illegal income and medical plans, then none of this would have to happen. But instead, they want to be able to do that, you know, and find all these loopholes to be legal. And then they're like, oh, why are people trying to shut us down, calling us scams? Yeah, 72 hours. Awesome. So, yeah, 72 hours, and they're upset. So, that's fun. The Herbalife settlement, a $200 million failure. The FTC's 2016 Herbalife settlement required the company to pay $200 million for consumer redress. But the agency's own refund program reveals a deeper problem. The FTC struggled to even identify harmed consumers, repeatedly mailing out rounds of checks because the fund could not be fully distributed. This raises a fundamental question. If the FTC cannot locate the supposed victims of an alleged harm, was the harm ever demonstrated? We are seeing this on passive right now. So basically, when they win a case and they are going to divvy out money back to the victims have to step forward. These schemes manipulate the victims not to step forward, not to claim it, not to sue. They try to get them to sign agreements and NDAs and all of this stuff to stop them from going, I'm a victim. I was harmed by this. And now Dave is here saying, well, you know, if we manipulate the victims to not speak out and then the FTC can't find them, then that means that they don't exist. Like, what? I have it on my channel, sweet. I reacted to the bill meeting as well. But yes. So, with all that going on, you know, it's just raises some questions about David here and what he really thinks. Like, that's like saying, oh, well, you know, we can't find the body, so no murder was committed. I know the guy said that he committed the murder, and there's a video evidence of him committing the murder right on Facebook, but we can't find the body. Therefore, we just can't convict him of murder. Sorry, guys. Like, that's not how that works, David. But I do agree that the FTC does have to find a better way. And that's part of the argument here, is that if we don't have better laws, we can't come up with better ways. You know what I'm saying? If it's completely legal for these companies to run and do illegal income claims and medical claims and manipulate people and find these loopholes, then yeah, that does make it harder for the FTC to locate the victims and to try to stop all of that from going on. Hello? So, like, David here is part of the problem. All right? David doesn't want to help the FTC identify the harmed consumers better and try to ensure that there's some way that we can, you know, give them some justice. Maybe even give them some money back or something after they've lost their life savings. David doesn't want to do that. David's thing is, oh, well, if we can't locate them, then they just don't exist. Like, no. He wants to hide them. He claims that no one has ever been harmed by an MLM. Ever. Even though there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that have come forward and said that they were harmed by MLMs. You know, just because the FTC can't locate them doesn't mean that they don't exist, David. Even more troubling, the Herbalife order required the company's thousands of distributors, small business across America, to collect and retain sensitive personal information from customers to prove they exist, despite the FTC's own mandate to protect consumer personal information. This contradiction exemplifies the agency's bias and willingness to impose burdens that conflict with its own principles. David here doesn't understand that their point was that the customers are usually not outside customers of these schemes. The customers of the MLM are the distributors buying products to try to do attraction marketing and sell products. So they wanted the company to prove that a lot of their sales had come from customer base, not distributors. And if this business model was more about products and consumers, then that wouldn't be a problem. The FTC wouldn't then have to say, well, looking into this, it looks like, oh, your only customers are the distributors. Can you prove you have other customers? You know what I mean? Like, if your whole business model is tricking people into thinking that they're selling products to customers, well, they're the customers keeping the thing going. And then you just trick them into thinking that if they just keep going and recruiting people into this thing, that they'll be successful, then that creates these problems, David. Like, he really doesn't understand that it is the industry that is the problem. It is this model that creates these problems. This type of model, this type of hierarchy, and how this plays out always leads to problems. You know? Jesus. So, a pattern of forcing companies out of the market. Forever Living is not the first company to scale back or exit the US due to regulatory hostility, and it will not be the last. The FTC's pattern is clear. Aggressive investigations based on shifting theories, settlements that impose operational structures no other retail channel must follow. Well, no other retail channel is doing it this way. Orders requiring intrusive data collection. They're already doing intrusive data collection in the MLMs. There are MLMs out here that literally sell people's data. Like, look at BG Wells sharing. I swear to God, they're stealing people's identities. Public statements that conflate legitimate direct selling with illegal schemes. The issue is that more and more, there is no such thing as legitimate direct selling. Direct selling does not involve an MLM model. That's what you don't understand, David, is that direct selling is when you have a product and then you hire sales crew to sell the product for you. Not you hire people or you recruit people into a business model that involves them recruiting people to move up the pyramid. That's the illegal schemes. And maybe if your business model wasn't so close to a pyramid scheme, then it wouldn't be a problem. You know, this environment does not protect consumers. Yes, it does. It does protect consumers. I mean, it could be better, as I said, but we're working on it. It eliminates choice. What, the choice of getting scammed? I hate it when people are like, people can do whatever they want with their money clean. Like, what do you care if somebody's getting scammed out of millions of dollars? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, Danny made the point the other night. He was kind of going on a little rant about it. And he said, if you saw an old lady crossing a street, she was about to get hit by a bus, and you could grab her and pull her out of the way, would you do it? Or would you just be like, rip, lady? Like, you know, like, what kind of person are you? What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody that helps? Or do you want to be somebody that makes this world a worse place or only cares about yourself? You know? Just saying. Just think about that. So this environment does protect consumers. It does eliminate the choice of you not being scammed. You know, if we eliminate the schemes, then that actually does protect consumers. Amazing how that works. It says it destroys micro entrepreneurship, what the hell is that? Fuck off with that word. And disproportionately harms women who make up the vast majority of direct sellers. You mean because you prey on us? Because you prey on women. You prey on women like me that, I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband got injured. I had to go back to work. I was freaking out about it because I never dreamed of working after becoming a mom. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to write. I didn't want to have to go out into the workforce. And then that's how I joined in MLM. You prey on us. You prey on men too. And how they want to provide for their family. But literally, you prey on women the most, as you're admitting here. And it's gross. As a woman, fuck you, Dave. The industry has reached out. The FTC has not responded. By the way, I love how you got ChatGPT to write this for you. It's very ChatGPT-ish. For years, the DSA has sought constructive engagement with the FTC. Oh yeah? At the agency's own request, the industry created the U.S. Direct Selling Self-Regulatory Council. An independent body, well, not really, that monitors income claims, product claims, and marketing practices across the entire industry. That's the thing, is that the DSSRC is really part of the DSA. It's not like a separate thing. And the DSA protects these schemes. So over and over again, it's okay, it would be like criminals. Instead of using a police station, they create their own police station to police them. And it's just a bunch of the other criminals, their buddies, that are hanging out there. And then when the real cops show up, that police station says, no, none of them are breaking the law. And in the meantime, they're murdering people in the back room. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. It's I cannot trust this regulatory council. They are from the DSA. They're connected to them. And that's why when MLMs finally do get in trouble by them, they're basically just a slap on the wrist, with Forever Living. Maybe if they had gotten them in trouble that first time and said, no, you need to stop this right now. If we ever see this again, we're shutting you down. Then they could have fixed their business before they got shut down and before things got this bad. So you guys didn't listen when we were if you keep harming consumers, we're going to try to really shut you guys down. And now here we are, and Dave is crying about it. But they claim to be an independent body that monitors income claims, product claims, and marketing practices across the entire industry. But the anti-MLM community would beg to differ. The DSSRC has issued public decisions, required corrective actions, and referred non-compliant companies to regulators. It is a model of industry-driven accountability. Yet the FTC has entirely ignored this good faith effort. It's not good enough, is what it is. Because despite that going on, we're still contacting the FTC endlessly with things. Instead of collaborating with a functioning self-regulatory system, the agency has moved the goalposts, applying new interpretations without guidance, rulemaking, or stakeholder input. Dave's they didn't ask me. Direct selling is mainstream and worth protecting. I don't agree. But Dave here says direct selling is not a fringe activity. It is a mainstream community-based retail cult channel that expands consumer access to wellness, beauty, and household products, provides flexible income opportunities for millions, which I'm still waiting for these people that, where is an MLM where everyone is successful and living a livable wage? Show me one. Supports entrepreneurship in rural, suburban, and undeserved communities. Again, praise on them. Is predatory to rural, suburban, and undeserved communities. Which, by the way, I hate calling it underserved. Underserved. Just, I don't like that term. I don't know. It makes it feel like we're insulting it in some way. Like, no, that's not what's going on. Tiny Digger diapers. Yeah, ship them out as starter pack. Shipping out tonight. All right, yeah, jumbo pack. It's a jumbo pack. It helps families bridge financial gaps during inflationary periods, which again, that's bullshit. It's harmed so many families. It's funny how they never talk about that. The FTC's current posture threatens all of this. A call for fairness, clarity, and collaboration. The DSA is not asking for special treatment. You kind of are, though. We are asking for recognition of the industry's self-regulatory framework. The self-regulation doesn't work, David. Damn it. Evidence-based enforcement, not assumption-based enforcement. There was one case that said that there was assumptions out of all of the cases. And then David is like, see, we proved it. And I'm like, okay, but we have like a million other cases. You know? Yeah, it is. It's a lobbying group, pretty much. Right? So, evidence-based enforcement, not assumption-based, and then a collaborative relationship, not an adversarial one. So basically, David is like, we don't want you to just get us in trouble. We don't want you to actually regulate us. We want you to come to us first and like ask us before you get us in trouble. And then we'll explain to you how it's all okay. The FTC's mission is to protect consumers, not to dismantle an industry that empowers millions of them. Again, where is all this empowering? Where's all the empowerment? All right, it's kind of like a placebo effect. Sure, you may think it's empowering you at first for the first while you're in, but then it drains you and harms you. You know? He has zero sense of irony, our David. No, it doesn't. So if the agency continues down its current path, we'll be very happy here at the anti-MLM community. I hope they do more. And then we get more of these articles from Dave getting all upset. You know? More companies will follow Forever Living's lead and exit the US market. Let's hope so. Let's hope that they exit all the markets. Consumers will lose choices. Entrepreneurs will lose opportunities. And all of the real entrepreneurs, by the way, are like, don't lump us in with you. No, I actually built a business from the ground up, Dave. I didn't just become an independent distributor and start calling myself a boss babe. Fuck off, you know? And the FTC will have succeeded not in protecting the public, but in undermining one of America's most accessible pathways to economic participation. FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson has an opportunity to end this attack on thousands of small businesses across America. It's not an attack on small businesses, Dave. Okay, stop trying to lump them in with you again. All right, MLMs are not small businesses. All right, and you even say up here that it's job opportunities for independent contractors. Like, make up your fucking mind. Are they small business owners or are there job opportunities for independent contractors? It can't be both, Dave. It can't be both, you complete moron. He can do this by revisiting and reevaluating the FTC's assessment on existing orders against direct selling companies. He can require the FTC to stop treating this industry like a threat. And it's like, well, you haven't provided any reasons as to why it's not a threat. You're just bitching. And find opportunities to work together to develop real solutions that protect American jobs. Like we're coming after our jobs. We're taking our jobs. That's what that reminds me of, you know. Poor Dave. Very, very upsetty spaghetti. So as you can see, Forever Living shutting down has started quite the drama. Started quite the drama now. It's not just about this company shutting down operations in the US, their MLM operations anyway. I guess you'll still be able to buy the products, what you. But it's also made Dave Grimaldi from the DSA very, very upset with the FTC, which we're honestly, in the anti-MLM community, we're here for. We're happy. We're over here having a great time. We're like, yes, fight, fight, fight. You know? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The one thing I will say, though, to end this, because that's really all I got for you guys today. Just wanted to kind of ease back into streaming today. We go up for an hour. I think that's good. Is there are a lot of distributors that will be losing their livelihoods in their minds. You know, we all know it's not actually their livelihood. They'll do better without this thing. But to them, it's their livelihoods. I ask that this community please welcome them with open arms. If any of the people in any of these MLMs decide to come over to our side, please welcome them. Okay, I see a lot of like anti-MLM people that are like, no, fuck that girl that was in that MLM. And I just think that we need to calm down a little bit with that. Because if people are willing to see the light, even if the company has to shut down first, it would be better for our community to welcome them with open arms and show them the harms of the whole industry and get people out of the whole industry. And that might be able to lessen some of these people from hopping from one to another to another. You know what I mean? They need a soft spot to fall after they leave these things. So I'm asking that our community kind of come together as the anti-MLM community, be that soft space for them to fall, just like I asked you guys with the people from Sensi, just like I ask you every time that one of these MLMs shuts down. Please be respectful, try to be understanding, okay? It can take a while for people to kind of see the light and to realize their ways. I want to really start a new thing out here of people realizing that people can learn, people can grow, people can change. Half of our community was in MLMs. I was in 2 MLMs. And now I've dedicated more time of my life to speaking out about these companies and talking about the harms they do than I ever did being in them. I was only in them for just over a year. I've been speaking out since 2019. Right? I make a way better anti-MLM advocate than I ever did a Hunbot. And this is what I'm saying. We need to kind of foster a community of, yes, these people can change. Yes, they can grow. Yes, they can learn. Yes, they can do better. Hopefully one day, maybe fuck the CEOs. They might not be able to do much better. But the people that leave, the people that are on the bottom especially, you know, and even some of these top people, when they leave, they take their teams with them. And if they become anti-MLM, their whole team could become anti-MLM. And that is good. That's good that people are then becoming more aware of how harmful the industry is and getting out of it. But, you know, we're not going to be doing that with an us versus them mentality in our community. So we need to kind of lessen the us versus them mentality a little bit and say, hey, come on over to our side instead. Come hang out with us. We're cool. You know? Try to do a little bit more of that. So that's all I've got. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today for this MLM Monday. I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your day. I am going to go rest for a little while, and then I will be finishing up my VG Wealth sharing, hoping to get that out tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. Again, happy MLM Monday. So go and check out all of your favorite anti-multi-level marketing creators and, go support them today. It's hard speaking out here for these things. Like someone asked me recently, all mad at me, how much money do you make? Nah, you're a grifter, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't even make the $100 a month that I need to make most months on my channel to get paid. We're doing this for free. All right, we're lucky if someone donates like $10 here and there or joins our members. Like it's our members on YouTube that are basically paying us to do this. And it ain't like we get thousands and thousands of dollars in that. You know, so how you can support us is by becoming a member, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, doing all of that stuff. Do that. And let's, keep on speaking out about these things. The industry is feeling it. Hopefully we can really make a change. Have a fabulous rest of the day, everyone. And I'll see you all soon. Look at all your faces. Bye. Like and subscribe.